Good day, BNCHS Grade 8 learners. This is Arwin Dita Bangay, and welcome to another episode of Hashtag I Am Best in the New Normal. BNCHS English subject tutorials in the new normal. This is your official online guide throughout this school year 2021-2022. Before we begin our lesson, let us ask first for guidance, wisdom, and blessing from our Almighty Father through this violin and psalm by one of my students. Before you go further to this video, pause for a second because I would want you to comment your observations on the similarities and differences of these three traditional wedding dresses: Indian, Korean, and the most common type of wedding dress. What can you say about their colors, the details, the style, and the structure? Come on, grade 8, I will be reading and reacting to your comments. I am confident that you will be leaving a comment, my dear learners. Let me show to you now our objectives that we need to achieve for this discussion. As a learner of this module, you are expected to first, identify the similarities and differences of information presented in different multimodal texts. Second, analyze and interpret information of the same topic presented in different multimodal texts. Third, compare and contrast information of the same topic in multimodal text. And lastly, create a multimodal text expressing appreciation of the beauty of the different Afro-Asian culture. Our most essential learning competency for this is compare and contrast the presentation of the same topic in different multimodal texts. Now, before we formally begin discussing our topic for today, let's take a look first at this drawing made by my very good friend when I was in college, Audrey Felipe. This is a typical scenario, well, at least before the high peak of advancement and technology in every household. The television, newspapers, books, magazines, and a lot more are the sources of information. We are given an array of options on how we would want to get updates from what is happening around us. Well, big thanks to technology, we could get these updates that we are looking for on our palms. And that is what we are talking about today: multimodal texts. As the prefix implies, multi, meaning to say there are two or more modes involved in a certain text. These modes could either be written, visual, spoken, or it could be digital. Multimodal texts are often live, digital text, or paper-based. It requires the processing of more than one method and the recognition of the interconnections between information. Moreover, multimodal texts contain pictures and textbooks, graphic novels, comics, and even posters, where meanings are conveyed to the readers through varying combinations of visual images, written language, and spatial modes. Let's talk about live. Live multimodal texts, for example, Dance, performance, and oral storytelling convey meaning through combinations of modes such as gestures, like movement, facial expression, and body language. Spatial, proximity, direction, position of layout, organization of objects in space. Audio, like volume, pitch, and rhythm of music and sound effects. And lastly, oral language, our vocabulary, structure, and grammar. Here are the specific examples of live multimodal texts. Dance, the expression of an idea or emotion through the use of body movements in a rhythmic way accompanied with music. For example, this is a photo of one of my favorites during Tan-Ok ni Ilocano Festival Dance Showdown, the Empanada Festival of the city of Batak. In here, the dancers are using body movements, music, amazing costumes and props to show how an authentic empanada is made to the public. Next, we have oral presentation. This is simply the delivery of an idea in front of a public audience, in where a public speaker stands on a podium or in a center stage and delivers a speech. In this generation, there are already a lot of public speakers, most especially motivational speakers, like Mr. Nicholas James Vujicic, a motivational speaker born with tetra amelia syndrome, a rare disorder characterized by the absence of all four limbs. He became a motivational speaker, traveling internationally and focusing on teen issues. Today, he's addressed over 5 million people in over 44 countries on 5 continents. Amazing, isn't it? Next type, we have digital multimodal texts. This type is presented through dynamic combinations of various modes across written and spoken language, still and moving visual image, audio, gesture, and spatial communicative resources. The following are examples of digital multimodal texts. Film. Film is a form of storytelling using a series of moving images shown on the screen, usually with sounds. For example, this movie by Anne Curtis and Christine Reyes called The Gifted. Aside from the brilliance of the actors portraying their respective roles, we could learn a lot from this movie as well. Not just life's lessons, but in academics too, because Zoe and Aika here are both geniuses. Another example of digital multimodal texts are animations. It is a method of storytelling using figures that are manipulated to appear as a series of moving objects. I know that most of you are familiar with cartoons. We grow up watching animated series or movies. They have been part of our childhood. Tom and Jerry, for example. Next, we have slideshows, like this one that I am presenting to you right now. It is a presentation that is based on a series of projected images or photographic slides. Slides are very important nowadays, most especially in the field of the academe, because Generation Z learners are visual learners. They learn best when they see something or information projected in front of them. It is easier for them to see rather than to imagine. Next, e-posters. Have you seen one? It is a digital presentation of a study and can be accessed through the use of software. Instead of using papers or tarpaulin to inform the public with information or some announcements, technology has been redirecting their informing and announcing methods towards electronic posters. It is much more visually pleasing in the first place. Then we have digital stories. It is a multimedia presentation of a narrative structure combining a variety of digital elements. As the term implies, it describes a simple, creative process to tell a story using predominantly still images and voiceovers. This could either be a documentation of life experiences, ideas, or feelings through the use of story and digital media. For example, is the music video of SB19's Hanggang sa Huli. Moving on to another media, the original, paper. Paper-based multimodal texts are conveyed to the readers through varying combinations of written language and still images. These are the examples. First, we have infographics. Infographics are a collection of images, charts, and data to present a quick and clear information. On our first topic for the second quarter, we discussed about graphs, tables, maps, and charts. These are examples of infographics as we could easily grasp the information that they convey just by simply looking at them. Moreover, infographics use striking and engaging images to easily and quickly convey information to the public. For example, is this infographics that I did to inform our students the negative effects of playing SIPA, most especially inside our campus. Secondly, graphic texts. It presents information and data with the use of words in diagrams and drawings. If you're familiar with typography, this is it. This is a collection with interconnected words formed to an object being referred to by the words. For example, this bowl of ginataang bilo-bilo. The words are the ingredients. Another one, the guitar. The words are what you could get in playing it. And last one is a bottle of Bugnay wine. The words are the pride and products of Adams Ilocos Norte. Thirdly, we have posters. It is a large printed picture or a notice that is used for advertising or decoration. I know that you have seen posters as these are present all over the place. And when you are in the metro, you could see billboards such as this, mainly used to advertise a product or a service. Then we have here comics. Before the arrival of digital media or cartoons or animation that we enjoyed watching on a Saturday morning when we were kids, comics existed first. It is a medium of narration using images combined with text. What is your favorite comic book? Or do you still have comic books in your closet? Comment down below. And then lastly, we have pictures. It is an image or drawing that represent a certain topic. That is what photographers do. They tell stories through the images they shot. They think of a story to tell, then choose their subjects, locations, lightings, and even mood and atmosphere. Are you into photography as well? Post your amazing shots now and don't forget to tag me. And just like that, we're good. That's it. So the next time you need to search for an information, you have an array of options to choose from printed to digital to live. These multimodal sources of information serve their specific purposes. Thank you, my dear learners, for watching this video tutorial. I do hope that you have learned a thing or two about identifying the similarities and differences of information presented in different multimodal texts. If you have questions and clarifications, feel free to send me a direct message or drop it down in the comment section below. Don't forget as well to hit the subscribe and like buttons. Likewise to ding the notification bell so that you'll get notified once I have a new upload. Share this video as well to help reach your fellow learners. Again, this is Arwin D. Tabangay of hashtag I am best in the new normal. BNCHS English subject tutorials in the new normal. This is your official online guide throughout this school year 2021-2022. Keep safe, sweethearts, and good day.